hair, Brandon Walker. It's all over the place.
My hair's fine, you blockheaded motherfucker.
It's all over the place.
My hair's fine.
I'm gonna say something about Brandon. Nadu is here, and Brandon goes, "You're not on the show. Rico's on today." That's what he said.
That's what I said.
There's nothing happening. Yeah.
Sitting at my desk.
I just didn't see him.
Everybody sits at my desk all of a sudden because Marty had a flood.
A bad quaff.
Yeah, I hear you.
What, you just doing hair jokes now?
It's not a joke.
It doesn't look bad.
Why do you always show up on the day we're talking college football and you don't talk college football? Show up on a fucking Tuesday!
I think my college football record shows for itself.
Because you bet like 3 games.
3 winners.
Hello, it's Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show. We are live on Thursday. It's not opening day of college football, but it feels like opening day of college football because we have 15 games tonight. We just had a few. Why is Rudy in there and why are you in here, Liam? That's what I want to know. If there's something planned, I need to fucking know about it. All right. How's everybody doing?
I don't know why it's so tight in here.
Brandon, I feel great because it's day one. Like you said, today feels like a holiday. First Thursday of college football. We got some good games.
But doesn't it feel tight in here?
I couldn't be looser.
You guys are tight over here.
I'm not tight.
Good.
I sat down, got yelled at about Ben Simmons.
You brought up Ben Simmons.
I didn't. He did.
No, you
No,
did.
you did out of nowhere.
I wrote a blog. I believe in the man. Sorry, people.
But you're doing
September 1st.
Doing this thing where you take these trash players who
Trash
used to be good,
players.
like
I
Baker Mayfield, and Ben Simmons.
I believe in second chances.
You know what
Brandon.
you're doing? You know what you're doing?
I believe in
I
second
got
chances,
it.
Brandon.
You're getting on the Marty Mushes of the sports world.
What?
I finally figured it out. I'm
It
stupid.
took you that long to realize
It
that?
took me that long.
What are you
to
talking
realize
about?
It took me that long
I
to
believe in
realize
second chances, Brandon.
I'm stupid. I'm very stupid.
Wow, you can at least applaud me for one thing.
Guardians.
I got past you
1.5
one
game
time.
Oh, shut up, Rico.
AL Central. Can we spend 10 minutes on that?
No, we cannot.
What do people want?
Nobody wants
Tell
to
you
talk
what,
about the Guardians.
LaRussa going down. Hope
I'm
for
trying.
the best for his health.
I'm trying.
But,
To piss them off.
All right, listen.
It's opening day.
thank you.
Folks, can we all just, when it's time to take it to 11, when it's time to really have a good time, thank you, Za. When it's time to unwind, it's time for Fireball Whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Pick Central brought to you today by Fireball Whiskey. Sometimes life can get serious pretty quick. Everyone needs an excuse to let loose and have some fun. When Fireball comes through, the vibes ignite. Fireball Whiskey is all about flipping the script on life and turning everyday occasions into ones you'll be telling stories about for years. Fireball takes every occasion to the next level. Whether it's at the bar on Friday night or watching football on the couch with friends, there's no night like a Fireball night. Fireball's iconic cinnamon flavor tastes like heaven, goes down easy, making it the ultimate crowd pleaser. That's why it's the #1 shot in the United States. Their small 50-milliliter nips are perfect to ignite a pregame, a tailgate, or a day party. Plus, no shot glass needed. Just crack it open and knock it back. This football season, ignite your vibe with an ice-cold shot of Fireball right there. Fireball Whiskey. Thank you, guys.
Tastes like heaven, goes down easy.
Delicious. It's fantastic.
Before we get into college football,
Son of a
can we at
bitch.
least just talk about the trumpets thing? And then we're done with baseball. We'll go straight to college football. Because that's a big story.
The Trumpets thing's a big story?
It's ginormous. Everyone's talking about it.
All right, so the Edwin Diaz Trumpets in your
That's true.
Shocked he got the save.
Why?
I saw your tweet right when it
Don't put
happened.
that much fucking attention on something.
He came out and mowed him down,
Expected
too.
to go 10 pitches. Yeah.
And he mowed him down. I was
Has
watching.
he ever pitched in the playoffs before?
No,
No, I don't think so. Mariners.
So what are we doing? It's like, I understand we're having fun. It's good. His song was great without the fucking trumpet guy.
Can I just say this? This feels like projecting. Your guys lead in the loss columns down to 5. You got the Rays this weekend.
6.
Feels like projecting.
6-6. But I don't. It's not projecting. It's more just Met fans like, you need to know who you guys are.
I think Dave had the best point. I'm not trying to kiss up or anything, but the Trumpets are amazing. That stadium should be like electric and bouncing, and everybody's sitting there with their phone out like this.
Exactly.
My brother said it too.
boring.
Who of that video, like if you're sitting in the 200s or you're down the left field line, like you could have a good seat, but like nobody really cares about your cell phone.
Nobody's getting
Like,
a
just-
better video than
Well, no, it's a
Like,
reflection.
It's more like a
reflection of the
conversation thing. Like,
it's a
yo, Smitty, you were at the game? Oh, bro, it was sick. Like, I'd rather you say, you know, it was sick, or like, we were going nuts.
It's a reflection of a selfish
He's right.
fan base. You need to put it on for your dozen of TikTok followers.
He's right. He's right. I
Do
can't
you
deny that.
agree though that it's like last year they wanted to kill him. This year that he's unbelievable. He's great, and the trumpets thing is amazing. But
Didn't
now
have the trumpets last year,
But
though.
now you're putting this target on this guy's back now.
I don't think you're putting any target on him that he wouldn't have already.
And also, they said it's not the last time they're doing this. They said they're going to do it in the postseason.
They should. I think
they should. They're going to get, once that happens, and it's obviously going to happen.
Yeah.
He's going to blow a game. It's going to be the funniest.
No, I think if the fans will put their phones down and fucking erupt when it comes out, or chant next to it, or clap next to it, or dance next to it, or something like that, it's going to be an intimidating atmosphere. It's going to be great.
Hopefully they do it, though.
The fans need to make it better than it is. The trumpets is amazing, the pitcher is amazing, and the fans are.
Tommy made a good point to it. They're the Savannah Bananas.
No, they're not the Savannah Bananas.
Believe me, and everyone's like, "Oh, like we can't have fun." No, I like cool things with baseball.
Every now and then something fun happens in baseball, something spontaneous like that. The Rally Monkey back in 2002
that was the scariest thing in the world.
The Thunder Sticks, shit like that. Fucking get into it and make it loud.
And people like comparing, like, oh, Yankees fans complain you did Enter Sandman. It's like he was the best closer of all time. This isn't the
but again, that he also blew some postseason saves. Like a guy's going to blow a postseason save.
Mitch Williams' wild thing.
Everybody's going to blow a postseason save, but I don't think that'll come back to the trumpets.
Also, Savannah.
If it's live, yeah, it will. If they bring that, like they brought that guy every game until he can.
Also, that guy was definitely. I don't know what the word for lip syncing with a trumpet is, but they were definitely just playing tape with the trumpet. Right?
I think so too. He seemed, it seemed like.
I mean, it sounded exactly like the tape they play.
There
was no difference in the sound of that horn and the tape.
I was thinking
the kid in the band who's like last chair. They're like, just hit the buttons.
Yeah,
just don't blow. Just hit the.
I'm just saying.
You're right. You're making it even worse.
That's actually a good point. I didn't think of that.
Did the horn not sound exact? There was no deviation whatsoever.
I know.
There's no way that
crushing
microphone was
any
that good.
trace of coolness that was left. You just took your big 6'4" ass and stomped on. So that's where we're at.
I'm 6'5", and
Well, you got the quaff now.
Checks out.
Your hair ain't doing great either.
I've given up for the past year and a half. So
you've grown into my least favorite person here.
try living like me.
You are my least favorite person. When you show up, it actively pisses me off now.
You know that.
Like I see Big Eb, I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna talk sports. I see Marty, I'm like, oh, wait till February.
Almost gave me a handoff today.
I see Rico, I'm like,
play action.
God, I wish Nadu would show up. But you, I look at and I'm like pissed.
Can't help yourself.
How are you doing?
Doing okay.
You haven't said much.
No, I'm excited. I have the same feeling you do. I think today feels like a holiday. We got some damn good college football games on. Tonight, you can get the screens out, 4 to 6 games going at once even. West Virginia Pitt. Okay. But regardless, I'm in good spirits. I can't wait to get this football season going, man. Things are about to really, get heated. We got NFL next week. We're going to look up, and it's going to be November.
Yeah. There's something too fun about on this night and like the next couple of days, just having one of the screens be a team just smashing another team too. Like I like watching somebody put up 60 tonight.
I think Tennessee Ball State. Tennessee could get like that tonight.
Tennessee's like team total over 51.
Like I have no interest in the game, but like just watching Tennessee just squish somebody, yeah, it's like all right, I could watch that.
We got some pretty good games tonight though. Penn State, Purdue, and the Backyard Brawl are both more than interesting.
Yep.
Way more interesting than any of the Week 0 games, I think. And then you look around. I mean, I'll watch Louisiana Tech, Missouri, and Central Michigan, Oklahoma State. Brandon stepping out.
We not let him talk for a second or something?
I don't know.
I saw a thing that there isn't a Twitter space going live from Dave's office right now. I just saw talking college football, so I don't know if Brandon's reacting to that or not. I just saw that on my Twitter. I don't know.
If he left because we weren't letting him talk for a second.
No, I honestly, my instinct, from what he just said, would be that him going to AD and be like, "God,
he is going towards
doing
his
it right
office.
now while we're doing the same thing."
Well, he should have He should have done the camera thing from the yak.
That's what I was. That's my gut instinct is what I
that's
saw
a
him do
stupid thing to
that
do,
on
yeah.
Twitter. That was
I think my instinct. I feel like I'm pretty good at picking up. I think Brandon's gonna go in there and be like, "Guy, just because I didn't have you on the show today, can you wait?"
I mean, hey, let's not forget he's
doing
doing
it any other time.
and he's going to Dave's office.
That is dumb.
Dude, that's pretty.
That's a
bold.
dumb idea.
Like, there's literally we do the show for an hour. You could do it literally any other time today.
Yeah, that
The
is.
games don't start till
Somebody
6.
probably
You guys want to hear a stat?
Well, did anybody specifically promote that space, TJ?
No, I saw somebody in the chat said it was.
Okay.
I just saw it on. Look, I just saw Nadu tweeted about it. That's all I saw.
Did he?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well,
It's
you guys
got
want to
no
know a
likes
stat?
and no retweets. If that's what you're talking
There
about.
you go.
What?
It's 0 likes, 0 retweets. So it's kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
Let's not create something out of nothing here.
Also, speaking, I think I like Louisiana Tech a lot in that game. I
got some.
I love the over, but I like Louisiana Tech as well with the points.
Well, I hit up my Tech sources. Sonny Cumbie, I think it's a good coaching hire. Was it coach Texas Tech to upset Leach in the bowl game? He brought a TCU quarterback over as a transfer, Matthew Downing. They do have 3 returning starters on the O-line. Missouri's got a stout D-line. They've got 4 guys they think that have NFL potential, so Tech's got to block them up front. But Louisiana Tech in general, when they play the Power 5 covers, they don't win, but they usually fight. So and Missouri's kind of known to play.
I think Missouri's done the opposite as well. Like when they've
Missouri plays down. I've seen Missouri play a lot of close
covered.
games week 1. So, yeah.
Who do you guys have? Troy, right?
Yeah, at 4 o'clock Eastern. There is Brandon brought this up, and I looked into it. Weather could be bad in Mississippi Saturday, so that could affect Ole Miss, Troy, and Mississippi State, Memphis a little bit.
Brandon's got a red face, and I need to.
I'm very positive I'm correct.
I want to hear it from your mouth. Why? What's with the Brandon Mississippi red face right now?
Well, first of all, I've been stressed and I've been breaking out.
You missed a.
No water in
If
Mississippi.
you want to hear about that, tune in the Barstool College Football Show at 10 a.m.
Yeah, let's just say that 2 of us here got body shamed
Yeah, we did.
yesterday on the Barstool College Football Show.
2 of the
That's
5.
not right.
Secondly, I guess
I got put in.
I guess Jeff Nadeau, who's made a career out of being a kind of a remora on the shark that is Rico Bosco. He's gotten hired multiple times by being somebody just to mess with Rico. Now apparently wants to mess with all of us. He's doing a Twitter Spaces at 12 o'clock right now to talk college football.
This is dumb.
Called it.
Why is he doing that?
So
So
interesting.
what'd you
It's
tell
just
him?
an interesting strategy by him.
Did you tell him what are you doing?
No, I went in. Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, I'm doing this." I said, "You never do a goddamn thing at 12, and now you're doing it right now." Well, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Hey, that's just stupid by him.
No.
Don't ruin your mood. You're excited for today. Can we get to the AL
Oh,
Cy
shut
Young?
the fuck up!
Get to
Don't
the
tell me
AL.
not to ruin my mood.
We get to the AL Cy Young?
Don't
You've
tell
been
me
waiting all day to talk
You've
about
been,
it.
you've been PMSing for 3 fucking years. You're gonna tell me to ruin my mood?
Can I tell my goddamn stat?
No, I don't want to hear a stat
College
from you.
football.
Okay.
Magic
Sportsbook's
words.
live in Kansas.
Dogs of 30 plus are 49-35 since 2017 in week 1.
Dogs of 30 plus
Really?
of 49 and
I
35.
thought it would be opposite,
Since-
but that's a good enough stat to.
That's solid.
Also, but now wait a minute. That goes
Yep.
fully against you. You always say
That's
"Well,
what I was gonna say,
Just give
yeah.
me the big favorites.
So I texted Ebos when I was like, "Hey, what's the big favorites 30 plus week 1?" And it was opposite. Oh fuck! I think.
So
I
that
can
means
change
that
it.
you'd be going against Tennessee tonight. You'd
That's
be
why I
going against-
switched my bets tonight: Tennessee and
Minnesota.
Minnesota. So
What's
I
the number?
switched
39. What's the total number there? How many? What was-
30,
No, the stat.
49 and 35.
Also, the fucking
84.
60.
No, my point is, I would imagine 20% or 40 and 50. That's where it gets. You're not just laying 30. You're laying, like, the numbers are so inflated.
That's fine. What's your hat?
It's like a just guy going like this.
Yeah, no. What is it? Who's the guy?
I don't know. It's golf. It's like a brand. I don't know. Saw it on Instagram. I picked it up.
All right. Well, you're wearing it on your head. It's not.
Okay.
It's not
You
a.
want to go backwards?
Not just a random thought.
Who sent that to you? Who sent it to you?
Picked it up.
You didn't pick it
All right,
up.
but no hats.
off a truck.
All right, no hats.
Oh, you need a hat.
Okay. Well, now I mean, you fucking.
You need a hat. Right.
Well, you didn't have. You could have just told them what it was. They would've
All you had to do
told
was
you
tell me
that.
what it was. That
I
wasn't.
bought it. It's a black hat.
You didn't buy it.
Yes, I did. The fucking guy going like this.
You just saw this and said, "I'm gonna buy that hat."
Yeah.
You did the Larry David thing when he's lying. Hey, when he goes like this.
I kind of do that.
For a guy excited about college football, you're doing a lot of filibusters here.
But you don't do that when you're lying. You just do that when you're excited.
That's true. It didn't.
Yeah,
it
it's
didn't
15
lie.
minutes in, we got
I do
nothing.
get the high voice.
We've had plenty.
I gave a stat.
Yeah, Marty gave us a stat.
Already did research.
Yeah. Well, I actually voted.
Hey, whatever. That
But still,
counts.
that counts. I was
Hey.
trying.
Using your resources.
Yeah.
I would also like to know that stat with like top 5 teams, like your top 5 powerhouses.
Yeah, what you're saying, like with like just like Alabama's and shit.
Yeah.
Because that's why like Tennessee isn't someone that I'm like.
Okay, so there's
But they have the right offense for it, though.
3 elements here. There's tonight's games, there's tomorrow night's games, there's Saturday's games. We have 5 days of football. So I do want to get into y'all's thought process on what your favorite bets for the entire weekend are, because I have 2 that just stand out to me above the rest. But tonight, I did kind of go back and forth. The 2 big games are Penn State, Purdue, West Virginia, Pitt. But we've got 15 games, got a lot of teams hitting the field tonight. There's a lot of money in the crumb situations. My favorite bet tonight isn't West Virginia, Pitt. It isn't Purdue, Penn State. My favorite bet is a MAC team going up against a shit team. That's what I like tonight. I like Akron. They're minus 18. Akron with a new coach, Joe Moorhead, my guy.
Okay.
Joe Moorhead, who went to Oregon, kind of revived his career after Mississippi State fired him a couple years ago, maybe unjustly. He's at Akron. St. Francis, you're talking about a different level of there's bad, and then there's that bad. Like, I love Akron tonight, minus 18. That's my favorite bet on the whole board.
St. Francis, PA?
Yeah, correct.
The NEC, right?
Yep.
Just a quick one.
St. Francis, New Jersey.
No.
Yeah.
In the same scenario last year, a Buffalo team who wasn't that great smacked Wagner. Now, Akron is not as good as Buffalo.
Yeah.
We don't know what St. Francis is, but the level of difference there.
I think
is
Toledo's in the
huge.
same spot tonight.
Yeah, and I had somebody in Buffalo tell me, I think Wagner can give us a shot. Like, that is that's FCS, that's NEC against Akron. Should
When you
3
talk about
touchdowns.
NEC against the MAC. It's just a big difference. That's like MAC. That's like Toledo and Ball State and these teams playing Tennessee or playing LSU or stuff like that.
Plus, Ohio is a hotbed of high school talent. Like, these guys have played at high levels. I know they're going to MAC, but just the discipline.
I'm going to trust my guy Joe Moorhead that he's going to want to score a lot of points. In
18.5 minus 18.5 Akron is a hell of a sentence, though.
It was 13 about 2 days ago. So what does that tell you?
Fair.
It's being bet up, and it's being bet up quick. What do you guys? Anybody got a favorite bet tonight? One that just sticks out?
I had said when you left, I really like the over in Mizzou, Louisiana Tech.
Oh, I want to have a confrontation with you. Not a confrontation, but
Sure.
we have 2 bets that go against each other.
Sure.
On your pick'em card, it says you like West Virginia Pitt over.
Yeah.
I like the under. Why do you like the over?
I'll take my chances with the 2 quarterbacks. I think that they can make plays.
Yeah.
51 is not necessarily the highest number to me. I know West Virginia's getting a little bit better with defense.
West Virginia's only had a defense the last 3 years.
I know, but now they got a quarter. I think if Pitt's laying 8, looks like Pitt's going to want to try and hang it on them. They hate each other. 51 to me, a couple college football plays. I just don't think it's that high of a number. I don't love it, and I'm not.
Not a high number.
We gave it out because of pick 'em. Like, that's how it goes. But yeah, I'd lean over.
It's not a high number, but with Narduzzi, I think Narduzzi when Whipple left and Narduzzi took shots about how he threw the ball too much and everything, even though he had a first-round pick and scored a lot of points and
Won the
11
conference.
games, won the fucking ACC. It tells me Narduzzi is really committed to pulling back. He wants to go conservative again. He wants to lean on his good offensive line, his good defensive line. I think he wants to win a game 24-10. He wants to do that. He wants to take the air out of the football a little bit. I think that's going to happen. And I think West Virginia, JT Daniels is the best quarterback they've had in a while, but Pitt's also Pitt might have a top 5 defensive line in the country. Like, they have a loaded defensive line. So I think it's going to be smash mouth football tonight. I think you're looking at like a 21-17 type final, and it's going to be a hell of a game. That's what I'm looking at.
Sure.
What about you? What about you, Smitty? What do you
Tonight's or this weekend? Tonight, I really like Penn State, Purdue.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say like you like a Sixers inter squad scrimmage or something.
No, it's a college football show today.
That's okay.
Opening
you're right,
Thursday,
you're right.
yes.
And you never swim against the grain.
No,
my mistake.
absolutely not. Penn State, Purdue, first half and the game under.
On that game, I love Penn State tonight.
Everybody loves Purdue. Everybody's on Purdue. Everybody's on
Got
Purdue.
me off it.
Everybody's on Purdue. Everybody's on West Virginia.
So the public money, all that disagrees. At least with Purdue.
I'm just going on sentiment, like what it feels like. I guess I
'cause
haven't looked at the money percentages.
See, because I felt the opposite with West Virginia.
Let me stop you there, Ebo. Can you look up the money on both those games and tell us where exactly they are? Thank you.
Because I know the most recently I looked, it was about split on West Virginia Pitt, but the sharp money, the big handle was on Pitt, and then
the tickets are
the
split,
big
but
big money
money's
was on Pitt. Then on Purdue, Penn State, it was about even split, but the much bigger money was on Purdue.
Mine moved towards Pitt too. Started at 7, now it's 7.
Yeah.
I see slightly Purdue 60% cash, 53% tickets, and then I also see Pitt 52% cash, 55% tickets right now.
Pretty even. Is that what you got?
I'm seeing on this one Pitt 80% of money. These reports are always so conflicting though, but I'm seeing 80% of money on Pitt spread.
Is there like a universal site to look at this money thing? I'm just curious. Like I get asked this question. Do y'all get DMs about this? Like I get this DM all the time.
Yeah, I've seen that it's it is like I think it's conflicting. I don't think you get full.
I don't know if there's a universally site, but I know there's a game that's universally beloved, and that's Fowling.
What
a transition.
Thank you very much. I've been studying. I've been studying a lot of your tapes from back in Louisiana.
Yeah, I do know a good transition. I do. I do the good
Been
ad
thi-
transition.
Been looking into that?
Ad transition. Oh God, I just walked into that. Damn. I can't help myself sometimes. Bowling.
Bowling is a combination of football and bowling. It is sweeping the country. It started in 2001 at the Indianapolis 500. Bowling is wildly popular in the Midwest, where it all started, and is taking the nation by storm. It's anyone's game. Tight spiral, granny roll, underhand. You don't need to be a quarterback to win. If any player's first throw of the game with all 10 pins standing, the red pin is knocked off the board, that's a bonk. Bonk. Bonk.
Good
There we
bonk.
go. Good bonk. People overuse the bonk on Twitter. They've always overused the bonk. Upgrade your tailgate now. Use Barstool 20 for 20% off plus free shipping on a Fowling set at playfowling.com. That's playfowling.com. And use code Barstool 20 for 20% off and free shipping. I don't know, man. I spent all summer. I got to get out of my head. I spent all summer being on West Virginia. All summer. I've been right with him. JT Daniels is borderline elite at quarterback. I think he has elite traits. I think he has a chance now that he's actually getting to play. There was a 5-game stretch in 2020
Yeah, Georgia.
when he was
That second half, he
when
was
they were
unbelievable.
incredible, and then he got hurt again, and they kind of landed the plane softly. But I think he's got the ability to be a top-level quarterback. He's just never really been given the chance over a long period of time. But West Virginia's just been so – there's certain teams in this country that are just blah right now. You know, I think Virginia Tech's one of them. I think Penn State's got a little bit of that to them, and West Virginia is certainly one that's just been very, very meh recently, and there's nothing exciting about them on either side of the ball, and I don't know if going to Pitt in week 1 is what ignites that or not. Plus, this is a hated. These teams fucking hate each other. This is maybe a top 10 rivalry in terms of hatred in this country.
Think it's bullshit they didn't play for 10 years?
Yes.
I think it's bullshit any rival doesn't play. Texas and Texas A&M, they're both pussies. They you need to play. If you have a rival, fucking play them.
Every year.
Play them. If you're going to be online, if you're going to be in the stands, if you're going to be in all these places, you're going to be in churches in Texas talking shit and wearing your stuff and fucking play. Don't be pussies. So, yes, I do think it's kind of bullshit. But anytime there's conference movement, these rivals will always take a break from each other. And I don't know why. Like, are Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, they're planning a break, right? I don't think they're going to play. Mike Gundy's like, I don't care to play them. So I just play.
Yeah.
If you're a rival, play. It's like
it's horrible.
If your rival showed up in the office today, are you just going to not play? Are you just going to sit there and ignore it, or are you going to play?
Come on, that's funny.
I feel like I don't know.
I
what
didn't
he
see
does.
that
He's
one
up at
coming.
5 a.m. right in these fucking
I
there's
didn't
no way
see
it's that
one.
natural.
That was a good one.
No, that was
That's
natural.
fair enough.
I'm very talented, Rico. You got to understand that. I'm not.
Let me.
Wait, what?
What? No, I just had a tick. Sorry.
Not to play favorites, but the other gambling show on right now has 10% the viewers and 0% the ads. Just for those keeping stats at home.
Just don't even give him attention.
Fresno's up to 40. It was 34.5 a couple days ago.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are y'all ever able to look at Jake Haener healthy? Remember the UCLA game and how
That's one of my favorite games.
how
I've ever
good he
watched.
was and how he was
I stand by that. If that game was at on a prime time at 1 or
be a
3,
superstar.
he'd be the biggest star ever. That game would be remembered in just history of college football.
The thing is, he was gimpy, he was limping, he was carrying the team on his back.
Remember his hip after every throw.
I see.
He throws the winning. He's on his knees like this.
It's like Byron Leftwich. I saw Byron Leftwich as hurt the rest of his life after his
left foot is always hurt.
They're carrying him, yeah.
after they were carrying him. I just saw him as hurt the rest of his life, and Haener's the same way.
He's still gimping.
I almost think he's better that way.
Cal Poly's so bad though.
Yeah, I guess they are.
They could choose the number they want to score.
I know that's what you worry about.
You say that, but I mean, a 49-14, you lose.
No, but I'm saying, but that's my.
You're up 49. You're up 49 to nothing, and then you take everybody out.
But that's but that's the double-edged sword of you can choose the number because they can score as much as they want, but how much are they going to play them?
Right. There's several of those, Tennessee tonight. Tennessee has Pitt next week. These teams that have to get ready and play next week for important games, like I think Alabama and Utah State's a great example. First of all, Saban never kills anybody, or he doesn't. I don't think he tries to kill anybody.
He doesn't try to kill anybody.
I don't think he tries to kill anybody.
There's 1 or 2 SEC games a year he does.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these overmatched little shit.
No,
teams.
he always calls the dogs off second half. That's what happens.
And he's got Texas next week. So with 39 points from a Utah State team that's already played, a Utah State team's got a good quarterback and frankly didn't play all that well in the first quarter, probably has a lot to prove. Like these big numbers, man. I don't like to bet big numbers. I'm going to be honest. I don't like betting big numbers.
Trying to stay
either
away.
way.
I like the under. I'll take the underdog or nothing.
If it's
I'm not taking the underdog.
usually if it's 30 or more, I don't know if you can find me in my history where I bet 30 or more either way. I just don't like them. I don't like the big numbers. I
saw the line. It was 34.
have, but not
Like,
a
to me,
ton.
that's mispriced with Fresno.
Oh,
We've
Ev, you
obviously-
had
Yeah,
I was taking Ohio State minus 35-40 for a couple weeks, past couple
It's
weeks.
who?
openers.
Remember the one you said they were going to score 70?
They almost did too.
They scored 56.
No, they almost won by. They literally almost won by 70. Remember they had the onside, that unbelievable onside kick.
It was against Maryland, I think.
Yeah. And that's a power. We're talking Power 5 team. Also, I love Maryland on Saturday.
That line's that Maryland's like 90% public.
What I've looked into, rightfully so. I think what I've looked into Buffalo, they are awful. I think they're going to score a ton.
So lose Van Treese, they should be bad.
I think they weren't good, and also they're one of those teams they play good at home, terrible on the road. Like I think Maryland can score a shit ton on
You
that.
got anything on UAB tonight? I know that those are your boys.
From what I'm seeing, I think they're going to throw. I know the run game is obviously. I think they're throwing a little bit more. I think with Clark leaving, they'll throw a little bit more. But what's the number? I didn't even look into it.
41.
41.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a team I want to go with UAB because they'll run the ball.
Is this? Are they in that?
Yeah, they're still in USA.
No, I know that. I'm talking about stadium-wise.
They're in the new one.
They got that new one. That's
Yeah, they're in the
badass.
new one.
It's like a couple.
This is their first year. They were in it last year, weren't they?
I think
They
they
were in last year.
debuted it in like right around the kids' Kansas game and lost to fucking Rice.
Okay.
So,
No, they're in it now.
I know they were in it. I didn't know if this was the first year or if they were in it last year.
no, they were in it partially last year.
So you don't think so? You guys know a lot more about college football than me. So
No. Wait,
This-
Marty. I know a lot more about everything than you.
no, not everything. I have a couple of things I know a lot more than you. I do. Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Fair.
Birds.
Birds, Ben Simmons.
Bro code.
Yeah, well, still didn't break that. So Purdue, right?
Yeah.
All I remember last year was like that's a team you take in a big spot,
Right.
Because they were beat, and in a big spot it was like because Iowa was kind of fake last year as well.
Yeah.
This year, that's what I'm still thinking. Where it's like, all right, Penn State, they're at home.
It's
no?
at Purdue.
At Purdue,
Mhm.
where it's like, all right, now they're getting points.
Yeah.
That's why I'm leaning Penn State.
Okay, so 2 top 5 teams went into Purdue last year and lost.
Yeah.
Purdue was the game was at Iowa. Purdue was on the road.
Correct. One top 5 team.
Makes it even more.
One top 5 team went into Purdue last year and lost. That was Michigan State, who was a better team than Iowa anyway. Because that happened, you're now leaning Penn State.
Yes.
Why?
Because
Doesn't.
they're getting points at home, and Penn State has. I feel like people aren't like that high on Penn State this year.
As they shouldn't be, though.
Yeah, I understand, but I think that 3.5. I don't know. I just think that they're.
I think people online are a little bit crazy. When I say what I say about this game, if James Franklin loses this game, he's immediately on the hot seat.
For sure.
And Penn State fans, other fans will immediately say, no, he just signed a big contract. He just signed a big new deal. He's not going to be on the hot seat. You don't fucking know how college football works. Ed Orgeron won a fucking national title and signed a huge extension, but when he started sucking, he was out immediately. These big programs, that cared about winning so much, they ignored certain things.
Didn't
okay?
they extend-
You're telling me they're not going to care about winning so much that they're going to move on, they're going to pay $60 million? They'll pay him the buyout tonight.
Did they extend Harbaugh? Go ahead, man.
No, my point I was going to make was they do these extensions just for recruiting to say, hey, you're going to come here and this guy's not on the hot seat because people anti-recruit on it. But they're etched in sand.
Well, that's the point I was going to make. When did they extend Harbaugh?
Well, they extended him.
For last year.
Before last year.
They got a lot of heat for
There you
it.
go.
Yeah, they
but
extended
they
before
had to extend him.
Yeah.
Now,
Extensions and buyouts mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
in college football, especially with the new Big Ten TV deal. Penn State's got more money than they know what to do with. $60 million buyout is nothing. And plus, if you think your program's falling behind, and I'm not saying Penn State's falling behind by having James Franklin, but if you think your program is falling behind, then $20 million, $30 million is a drop in the bucket. Look what Saban makes Alabama. He makes them billions of dollars a year probably.
Yeah.
So you got to do it.
That is definitely a misconception, though, those contracts. Because people, see, holy shit, he's getting paid that much. They're never going to, and then they'll drop you.
And and how many coaches across this country right now are living off fired contracts?
I was just going to say, there's so many that are just chilling.
And Mullen.
Not even coach.
Gene Chizik did forever.
Yeah, Ed Orgeron. How many coaches right now are living their best life because they got fired with a big buyout?
God bless
Coach O is the biggest with that stuff. Where
Coach O is the smartest person in America.
Yes.
Coach O won a national title by going out and getting Burrow and doing the right things and having good assistant coaches. Then Coach O gets fired in a year and a half, moves to Destin, Florida with $60 million and living a dream.
He never has to show. Everyone will still remember him for that national championship.
He'll show up in Miami, with a Miami Canes shirt on. And he'll be at their practice, and he'll be talking shit, and then he'll be at a casino one weekend. Like Ed Orgeron has
He'll do one video too with his voice and do something crazy and call the sun.
Ed Orgeron might have the best life in America.
Someone will snap a video of him jogging around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when you see Ed Orgeron, you're going to see a stunningly beautiful blonde-haired lady.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's
Still remarkable.
Or Joey Molinaro.
Championship.
Or Joey Molinaro. Oh, shout out Joey Molinaro. I saw on Instagram that he had a kid, so congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. That's
a
awesome.
little boy.
Named him Frankie.
Little boy. It's fantastic.
Congrats.
That's awesome stuff. Where are we at?
The water drought here.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Talk about the sportsbook.
We are officially live in Kansas. This is actually
At
a
1
big deal.
p.m.
We are live in Kansas at 1 p.m. In 29 minutes, we are live in the state of Kansas. I believe it's our 13th state, maybe our 14th state. Look at there. There's me on the graphic. Still don't know why Kelly in Vegas is on the graphic.
Went to K-State.
Yeah, she was born in Kansas, right?
Bill Walsh stan. Or Bill
Snyder
stan.
Tom Osborne, baby.
He's Nebraska.
Nebraska.
We are officially live in Kansas in 29 minutes. You can download the Barstool Sportsbook app today. To celebrate, we've got an exclusive launch offer for everyone in Kansas. What state is Kansas? What's their nickname?
Oh, the Sunflower State.
That's correct. Way to go, Rico.
Yeah. I thought you were trying to confuse me. Kansas. I was pitching the Royals today on hot ice. I'm like, I know it's in Missouri, but Kansas State.
Opt in, then place any cash bet you want and get a $100 bonus, win or lose. College football is back. Pro football kicks off next week, and baseball playoffs right around the corner. Plenty of action to place your first bet. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 in partnership with Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway. Again, Barstool Sportsbook live in Kansas. This Saturday, Utah and Florida. I feel like is going to be one of the most bet games of the weekend. Rico, what state is Utah?
Utah.
What's their state nickname?
Oh, Majerus State. It
Smitty.
was up to me.
The Mormon paradise.
Ben Mintz.
Damn it. The state of monogamy.
That's the opposite.
I was joking.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
For once, I was joking.
Marty. Big F.
They do the thing where they don't.
Ebo.
But like they
It's a Salt Lake State.
put the tip of the penis in the vagina, and your friend
Without
jumps
looking,
off the bed.
Okay,
looking at it, is it the Beehive
It
State?
is the Beehive State.
How do you know that?
And he also definitely looked at it.
Why in the fuck would
It is the
Beehive?
The Beehive State.
It's a beehive state.
Y'all got to know your state nicknames.
That sounds like a terrible place to live.
I can't even.
I don't wanna be
name
anywhere
all
near
50
bees.
Just sitting here without a map.
What's Mississippi?
You couldn't name 50 looking at a map.
That's true too.
It's got two: the Hospitality State and the Magnolia State.
I was going to say Magnolia was.
How do you have two?
We have two.
Which one is it?
It's the Hospitality State and the Magnolia
What's
State.
like the what's the one?
The Hospitality State is on our car tax.
All right, so that's the one.
Got it.
Great.
naming,
We're going to get hospitality.
Honestly, fair because that's the better one.
naming all 50
Got to bring your own
states
water.
without anything in front of you is a lot harder than you think.
No, it's very much not.
A lot harder. than
Maybe one of the easier things you can do in life.
No, it's a little hard. Sometimes you forget about me.
Tell me more about Ben Simmons. I don't want to do
Okay,
this
yeah,
state
yeah,
stuff.
sure. Anytime you want. I have a whole bunch of stats.
About Ben Simmons?
Florida, Utah.
Florida, Utah is this weekend. It's one that I'm confident on the over, but it's one where if I'm betting from a non-fan perspective, dispassionate, I look at this game and I say Utah has better talent. Utah has better coaching. Utah has a better situation. Utah has been better recently. Utah has more talent coming back. So why is everything making me want to bet Florida? The spot is Florida. The team is Utah. Everything looks better about Utah, but it's in the swamp.
This is the highest I've ever seen anyone on Utah this year.
Florida has potential, a quarterback who has Heisman potential in there somewhere. They have a new coach. It's going to be insane in the swamp this Saturday. The team to bet on is Utah. The spot to bet on is Florida. So what do you bet on? I bet on Florida if I'm in that situation.
I know. Maybe that's why I'm not.
Isn't that a great way to describe it? The team to bet on is Utah. The spot to bet on is Florida.
I agree with you.
100%.
No, agreed. You get the home dog. The atmosphere will be just insane. I like the Napier hire. My thing with Florida, the receiving core looks bad this year. I wonder how the passing game is going to be. Utah's usually stout up front on the D line, so Florida could have trouble moving the ball a little bit.
It's a little bit of root for it too. Like I want new blood in the playoff. I like Utah. Kind of been high on Utah. I think they can win the Pac-12.
I mean, listen, if they win Saturday, it's Utah's a bona fide, surefire, playoff contender.
Yeah.
Because then you look at they got a road trip to Oregon, they got a home game against USC, and I think they got a road trip to UCLA. Maybe, I don't know.
It's at UCLA, yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably 3 games out of their remaining 11. They don't play BYU this year, which again,
That's horrible.
rivals not playing.
That's
It's
crazy.
No holy war. Come on.
So Utah, Florida is big. Cincinnati, Arkansas. Anybody on Cincinnati here?
I am.
Just didn't pick them.
My two favorite
Not
bets
betting the game.
My 2 favorite bets of Saturday are over in Florida, Utah. Utah averaged 39 points a game after they added Cam Rising, and Anthony Richardson has potential to score 30. And then my second one is Arkansas to beat the piss out of Cincinnati. What makes you be on Cincinnati?
The line movement stuff's real weird. It was 8.5, now it's down to 6, and Arkansas's 85%. That looked really, really odd. And I also just think that Luke Fickell is going to have a really good game plan to keep him in it. I think it's going to be a little more low scoring than people think.
I thought you said you kind of liked Cincy the other night.
I do not in this game.
Here?
I don't think I did. I hate Arkansas for this season. I think they're going to go 7-5. I love them in this game. Cincy still hasn't named their quarterback. Cincy, I don't know how good they're going to be. And their offense, when they had Ritter, wasn't that good. It was fine.
It was good, but Arkansas is a different. I've kind of the same thought, I was a Cincy guy, and I've kind of get closer and closer. I've had more of a clear head where I'm like, Arkansas could dominate them in the trenches.
Arkansas's
I don't love that Cincy hasn't named a quarterback. It's this weird because the fan base I was looking on Twitter and seeing how kind of they were reacting to it. They want this kid Prater, who's been there for a little bit. Yeah. It seems like I don't know if it's just a alphabetical thing. It says Ben Bryant or Prater. The Ben Bryant, I watched him at Eastern Michigan. He's not that good.
Yeah.
So if he's the quarterback, I want no business betting on them.
I think the quarterback not being named thing is getting overblown. Brandon, you said it about the Jackson Dart Ole Miss thing. LSU hasn't named Jaden Daniels yet. They're just not giving out info before game 1, and I don't think it means they don't know their guys.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is going to be very good defensively. I think they're going to be able to run the football, probably the best running team in the SEC this year. Their offensive line's very good. They're going to win in the trenches. And Fayetteville, they're feeling it right now, right? They won 9 games last year, and they believe they're about to go to 10 or 11 wins. I don't think that's true, but that means Saturday they're going to be absolutely on fire. Since it was in the playoff last year, I just don't see – I think Arkansas is going to thump them. I think they're going to thump them good.
And going off what Mincy said, I agree with you. It probably makes a lot of sense. I just think regardless of who starts, a MAC kid who didn't light up the MAC or a kid who's never played before, I do not love going into Fayetteville game 1. That's a scary environment to walk into for your first start.
I will say Fayetteville has an underrated home field edge.
The more and more it's gotten closer to game time, I'm like, I could just see even if Cincy could be good long term, just not a good spot.
I mean, I don't think there's anywhere in the SEC that doesn't have a great home field advantage, and Arkansas is weird in the SEC. Like they're out there, they're like way away. Like even for SEC teams, you got to travel. It's like a longer flight or drive than you're used to.
Yeah, Vandy has
Vandy does not.
Vandy does not.
They're the only ones that don't have one.
Missouri does?
I think Missouri.
It's kind of weird going there.
Yeah, Missouri.
It's almost like going to play a Big Ten. Well, it's like going to a Big Ten school, kind of.
I just can't believe Vanderbilt's not good at things where their school is.
Academics.
Good at baseball.
I understand academics, but like Notre Dame is still academics too. Like Vanderbilt is in the best spot ever.
Yeah, they're in a great city. Yeah, and like Nashville,
almost too good.
Nashville's come along as a city over the last 20 years. Like the viewpoint of Nashville from a national standpoint is so much better now than it was.
Yeah,
and Vanderbilt hasn't taken advantage of that at all.
At all,
not even a little bit. And it's well, although has Texas football taken advantage of Austin being like
No.
one of the hottest areas in the country? Not really.
Comedic capital of the world.
I feel like they think they're above that. Like they don't need to. Like they don't need to sell that. It's just like Texas football.
Well, guess what? They ain't.
I agree.
they
I
fucking
surely
ain't.
agree.
You touched on Arkansas, Cincinnati. Who, I put it out today, who would you say is the team, could be anywhere, Power 5 most likely to lose to a Group of 5 or even an FCS team? Because we've seen that before.
The Power 5 team most likely to lose.
More so do Group of 5. FCS a little deep.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm a broken record on this, but
I got one.
I don't love NC State's trip to ECU, and I know they're a top 15 team. I just don't like the trip. I don't think it's good. But if I'm saying most likely one, it's got to be North Carolina, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the most likely.
Yeah.
I got another one for you tomorrow. Old Dominion.
Oh, damn it. You beat me to
Have
it.
you seen how much that line keeps going down too?
No, I haven't seen it.
It was
I
like
the under in that
It
game.
was like 8-9. It's down to like 6.5, 7.
That's another in-state.
It's Old Dominion
It's
at
in-state
home,
too, right?
I'm betting Old Dominion tomorrow.
In fact, you know what I'm
100%.
going to do? What I'm going to do with North Carolina playing at App State. I think it's one of the craziest scheduling mishaps of recent years. Like they're going to App State, and then they're going to Georgia State next. My effort pick of the day, the Brandon Walker effort pick of the day, because sometimes you just gotta say F it.
The Fireball effort pick.
What did I say?
That Brandon Walker effort pick.
Brandon Walker, Fireball, same thing. The Fireball effort pick of the day. I think North Carolina is walking into App State. I think they're getting beat. I think what Drake May looked fine the other night, but their best receiver, Josh Downs, got a little injury. They've got an injury in the defensive backfield. App State's going to be frothing at the mouth. This is a dumb scheduling decision to open App State season for them at their place. They're going to be dying to beat the big bad team of their state. The Fireball effort pick of the day. Money line, App State to beat North Carolina.
The only thing I'll say too, and Chase Price has ACC experience, so you gotta like that. The only thing I'll say about North Carolina State is I could get it if they were like a gimmicky 50 a game op. They got a fucking respectable, hard-nosed defense. That just makes me think ECU is just a little bit too trendy. And I get it. If of all the ranking upsets, I got to put ECU towards the top. But NC State is no gimmick. They're a hard-nosed football team.
That's fair. I'm sorry. I'm saying, Brandon, look into the Old Dominion. I'm telling you, the line has moved so much.
I like the under. I think both defenses are going to be good, and I think Virginia Tech.
Their offense is going to be bad.
Virginia Tech makes me sad. When Virginia Tech got good, I thought they were interesting. They got in there, Sandman. Like I need them to be good.
They should have kept the Beamer ball rolling.
Yeah, they do need to be good.
They could have kept Shane. I know. They'd have gone Shane.
I'm saying they blew it, letting him go.
Yeah, if they had Shane right now, like Shane's getting.
They had him in their fucking back door. They let him walk out.
Let Virginia Tech wither away into despair. Fuck them. Let them die off.
Who do you hate more as a JMU guy, Virginia or Virginia Tech?
Oh, Virginia Tech's not even close. But they don't think of us, right? Because we're like the new kid on the block, but we're taking their spot.
JMU is taking Virginia Tech's spot.
Number one team in Virginia,
Kid on the
absolutely.
block, JMU.
The Virginia guys are wild. We
these
first thing Malasek says to me, you see the line on Virginia Richmond? I'm like, nah, it's not on my radar, but they knew right away. It's like,
I have 2 games.
Oh,
Houston, UTSA.
yeah.
What is going on with that one?
Well, UTSA is good.
Very
4
good.
points. You have to take UTSA.
UTSA is good, and again, that's another one. Houston is conference favorite. Houston has Clayton Tune. Houston, everything's lining up Houston this year, and they're opening up the season on the road at a team. Who the fuck is that? It's a fighter.
UFC guy.
Damn right, UFC fighter. Good one too. He's one who I could see Patty.
Say his name again?
Jared Gordon.
Okay.
I could see Patty fight. He could be a potential Patty candidate soon.
You just see there. Just look at their ears.
Yeah, no, the cauliflower ears. Yeah.
That's a thing you see. All right, little number next to the name. 4 points for UTSA. You take UTSA.
And UTSA, and the one thing too, so Houston does bring back a lot of their team. They lost their whole secondary pretty much to the NFL, and UTSA brings back their quarterback and all the receivers who were studs.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be a big mismatch for them. I kind of like the over in the game as well, but I
wasn't great.
I love UTSA. Who?
Tough Holgerson.
I'm a big believer. Big believer.
No, he wasn't great in close spots. So last year was +1 or 1.5 against Texas Tech opening week. I loved Houston. Nothing.
They blew it.
They lose the close one to, I know it was like 11 or since they had that game against Cincy. They should have been in that game. Can't win the comp, can't get over the hump. He lost. I worry about him in tight spots as well, too.
EJ.
I think that people are high on them too because they had that good bowl game against Auburn when Auburn played literally nobody on their team, and they beat up Auburn. I'm not a huge Houston guy.
TJ and Za. Give me this, baby.
We chopping?
Rutgers
+7
+7 on the
Plus
road.
7, boys.
Oh boy,
+7.
that's
boys.
a game that's flying under the radar.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
But I like Boston College. I don't hate Rutgers though. I don't
feel like a lot
I don't
of
know what to
people
do with
like
that one.
Boston College.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like Boston College too much. They are replacing their entire offensive line.
They just like Jerkovich.
And I like Halfley, and I like Zay Flowers, the receiver. He's
Yeah.
fantastic. So I like a lot of pieces on Boston College, but there's a lot not to like too. I don't know. I don't know that I can pick Rutgers or Boston College. That one scares me. That's a stay away.
Take
from
the
me.
It's a
under.
fun game.
That's
The
what I was
under?
gonna say. I think under's.
If you're gonna take a total, take the under.
With the quarterback that Boston College has.
And no offensive line.
What's Rutgers doing though at quarterback? Is Wimsatt going to play?
They're not gonna say anything. If
I'm so goddamn tired of these
Yeah.
motherfuckers not saying anything.
Me too.
Is it still Vedral or whatever? his name
Vedral's the
is?
6th year. I would.
He sucks.
I would.
He sucks.
Assume he's going to start, have a short leash. They'll play multi-quarterback for the first game.
If your quarterback sucks and you got another younger quarterback and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I mean, if you
Shut up.
obviously
Really think
you
it's
don't
an
respect the
advantage,
Gator
too, for the
Bowl,
other team
but
to not know the game. Like, you think it's a game plan advantage?
we played 5 quarterbacks in the Gator Bowl last year.
Just hate to see that.
We played 4 on our only touchdown drive.
Well, I
It was
gotta
the
see.
craziest shit I've ever watched.
Houston's mascot died recently.
Just I have to give information when I see it. Someone tweeted at me. I still think UTSA is the play, but the mascot really plays a play into
Houston's Cougar died.
it.
44-year-old
It
housewife.
was the 11th Cougar.
The
It was number 11. It said right or
no,
9?
What is VI?
It was 6.
6.
It died. It was 11 years old.
That's where I saw the 11. There we go.
His name was Shasta.
Do they have a new one yet?
It's a good cat
Really
name.
good name.
I got to be honest though.
Oh, August 5th.
I think when you say the mascot died, that mascot needs to be like an integral part of the school. I can honestly say I've never seen Houston's Cougar mascot.
that is also true. And
Probably
August
kind of
5th,
dangerous to have a Cougar on the sideline.
Yeah, but like if LSU's Tiger died, we'd know it immediately. Like
UGA, I'll go.
like
Yeah.
when the bulldog died. Like,
Yeah.
and also a month after.
No, I've seen you do it. You did it last year. I don't remember for what game it was. You did it like 8 months. No, I think it happened. I think he died during the COVID season. They didn't play. They didn't play, and you held it for the entirety, and you did it for the opener next year.
Did.
I don't remember who it was. It was a dog somewhere.
Yeah, I
and you
did.
said, "Oh, their dog died." And I was like,
Or the
11
one,
months ago.
Or the
It was
one too
NC
is,
State.
or the one too is when they die and they don't have a home game for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you wait for
you
that.
just keep hitting and they're like, oh, they're home now. Like this is the one.
I have never. I don't mind that you guys do it for the storyline and everything. I just don't give a fuck about
Some-
any mascot.
some
You
matter.
You
Some
can kill
matter.
every mascot tomorrow, and
No.
I'm
It's
not-
all road runners,
Some
baby.
matter.
The road runners.
You have to admit some
That's a good
matter.
mascot.
Like you're right. The Cougar one, I've never seen a Houston's Cougar. But like if fucking Uga died,
So all right, TCU and Colorado play tomorrow. If Ralphie died tonight, you're betting Colorado for sure.
yeah, the
Ralphie, by the way, is their Buffalo.
ECU's pirate went into the hospital, and that's a real person. I bet ECU that game.
They're not going to care if a real person gets sick.
I know that's why they lost.
Did that not happen to West Virginia's Mountaineer too? Didn't he get arrested like during or after a game?
Oh, I think he had chlamydia.
Who had chlamydia?
Sounds about right.
I think the West Virginia Mountaineer had chlamydia.
The Mountaineer did.
Yeah.
The guy that rides the horse.
You got something else?
Right, and then the horse got chlamydia. It was a whole big thing.
Nuts. You got something else?
I do have something else. Thank you, Rico. Way to segue for me.
Well, I had a question too. If you were out of
Skrill is the perfect digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for gamblers. Sophisticated gamblers like Adam Smith use it to manage their bankroll, whether they're playing games like poker, betting on their favorite sports, or looking like an idiot when playing roulette.
It is very good for poker.
They manage their bankroll using the wallet, which allows them to pay instantly and securely. It's payments without limits, basically. You can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. Let's just say Skrill is the perfect digital wallet for sports bettors, so it's a no-brainer to create your free account right this instant. Make sure to sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. Skrill, the perfect digital wallet for gamblers. Yes, Rico?
Crystal Ball, Monday morning or Sunday morning. Who is the winner and who is the loser of college football?
I think the one game you can count on for somebody coming out feeling like a winner is whoever wins Florida, Utah.
I agree with that.
Their season opens wide open. Whoever loses it, their season closes up very tightly. I think whoever wins Penn State Purdue tonight, their season opens up big. Whoever wins Penn State Purdue in realistic, because this is a conference game and it's two teams that could matter in their conference. Whoever wins that game really comes out a winner. Like Ohio State, Notre Dame can go get beat by 30. They're fine. They're fine. I'm not worried about that. Ohio State, I don't think could lose this game because it would just be a bad look for them. I'm trying to think of the other big games. We haven't mentioned Georgia, Oregon.
Well, I guess you could.
Georgia, a big winner if they beat Oregon and Atlanta.
I'm sort of talking myself into Oregon fighting them a little. I'm not saying winning, but maybe cover.
You could go anywhere with it. You could say hey, you know what? I'm low on Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is going to struggle and they'll look like shit, and we'll talk about what's going on in Oklahoma. That's kind of where I opened it up. Who would you say is winner or loser?
It's not a funny topic, but Oregon's tight end did pass away.
Yeah, he did. That's not funny at all.
But they will be playing for him.
That's actually probably true. Yeah. But they're playing Georgia and Atlanta. It's not like a Florida State LSU situation where they're playing a neutral site and Florida State's going to have fans there. Oregon's going to have 500 fans there.
Yeah.
My thing on that, I just come back to it again. Just Oregon's coach being Georgia's defensive coordinator the last few years. He knows everything about Georgia's offense and defense, personnel, and I think that may be enough of an edge to at least keep them in the game.
Georgia might be the biggest loser when it all comes. That's the question I have for you. What percentage? Because last year we all laid the number with Ohio State. I thought, what percentage would you put Ohio State at possibly being a loser on Monday? What percentage do you think Notre Dame can really win this game?
I'd put it at less than 5.
That's all.
4%.
I agree, but I got it.
It's a combination of loving Ohio State. Maybe I'm too loving Ohio State this year. It's a combination of not really loving Notre Dame. New quarterback, new coach, new offense. Good offensive line, good tight end, and defense is going to be outstanding. But you're talking about slowing down the very, very, very best offense in the country.
It sounds
at their place.
It sounds crazy. Is Oregon over Georgia more likely than Notre Dame over Ohio State?
I think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think Oregon's going to get just absolutely destroyed at the point of contact. That's what happened to them against Utah, and Georgia is 10 times what Utah is.
I think
the
matchup for them is worse. I would agree.
Yeah. Well, it's all good. You said 5% on Notre Dame. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'd go 2% on Oregon.
That's fine.
I think they're going to absolutely smash.
I also think they're going to get smashed under, too.
I don't think Georgia's as good as they were last year. I don't think they're nearly as good as they were last year, but they're still probably the third or fourth best team in the country. I think we're going to, in the next 3 or 4 years, we're going to realize just how historically good that defense was last year. Because their defense will be good this year, but it'll look nothing like what that looked like.
If they're 5 first-round picks.
We don't talk enough about how good that defense, because Alabama did what they did in the one-game situation. That defense was 6.9 points a game in the SEC. And then they came back and held Alabama to 18 in the championship game. Now, they had the one game, the one anomaly, but it was so good.
The only question is, how good did this feel today? Just talking football, the games are coming. It felt good.
Felt good. Good to be around the boys.
Yeah, it is.
Be around the boys that I like and that I trust. There's others. Others in the office I'd rather have in here.
Well, of course. I got a lock for you real quick. College football.
Oh.
Duke -9.5 against Temple. Temple was historically awful last year. They're not that much better this year. I know Duke
might be.
I know Duke's not bad. The line opened at 7.
All
it's
right.
now 9.5. It won't surprise me if it keeps going. Temple is that bad.
It is.
It's in Duke.
That's got to be one of the worst games you're ever going to watch in your life.
You might be the only guy watching.
And I tell you, it's a lock.
It is
fun, though.
It is a debut for Duke's coach too.
The line just went up to it was 7 a couple days ago.
Yeah.
As I said.
Where'd you hear that?
Looked it up.
Somebody just said it.
Oh, did you?
Checks out.
Is Travis the quarterback for Florida State?
Yes.
Jordan Travis.
Nice.
Pretty good too.
He is.
All right, picks. Ben Metz, you won the month. Go ahead.
Hold on, man, boy. I tried to give it away and clap.
60 and 65.
Hey, two out of the last 3 months after winning none for almost 2 years. We're just happy, we're going to take what we can. All right, picks. West Virginia +7.5. West Virginia money line. I think it's just a rivalry game that can go either way. And I took Central Michigan +22. And the Tennessee first half thing, I saw it at 23.5. That's too much. I was looking for it at 21 or less. So I saw 23.5. I'm going to pass on that.
Rico Bosco.
I am on.
Way to go.
The Hit Parade. The Rangers plus 155. The Mariners minus 145. And Fresno State tonight.
You're playing one college football game?
Listen. Everybody sees the fucking memes. Everybody sees the records. I am shortening the card. It's a process.
Don't worry about that bullshit.
No. I'm shortening the card. I want to go after the ones I like.
Marty Mush.
I got one tonight.
All right.
New month, baby.
I am.
It's clear.
My picks are tonight. I got West Virginia money line. I got West Virginia plus 7.5. I have changed to Ball State plus 36.5. Penn State minus 30. Minus 3.5. I have also changed my Minnesota pick to plus 35.5. I forget even who they're playing.
Mexico State.
And then Dodgers money line.
Big F.
I'm on West Virginia plus 7.5. I feel like I'm getting less confident by the minute.
Yeah.
I'm on Purdue plus 3.5. I'm on Central Michigan plus 21.5. Louisiana Tech plus 20.5. And probably my favorite play is Louisiana Tech Mizzou over 61.5.
No day baseball
in the hit parade.
And I am.
Oh no, I have day baseball.
And I am on.
It's just now I'm in football mode for the cards. Like football is the biggest plays.
I gotcha.
I'm on the Mariners and I'm on the Orioles.
Fire mine up so I can get. I know I got the under in West Virginia and Pitt. I have Akron minus 18.5, my favorite play on the board. I have Purdue money line, and I have Tennessee Ball State under 66.5. I think Tennessee's defense has a bullet in the gun. I think Tennessee has to make a statement defensively. They were god awful last year. They need to come out against this bad team. They need to come out and they need to put like 7 to 10 on the board.
You don't think they're going to put up 67 points? Up?
I don't think they'll need to. I think they'll be up early. I think they'll be up 35-0 at the half, and they got Pitt next week. So I'm banking on, that's a big total. That's a big total, and I'm going under that. Now that you've pushed back on it, I don't like the pick at all. All right, college football tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Fuck my picks. Just look them up.
Smitty, sorry. I thought I was the last one. That's why I was dragging.
It's all right. I only had the best night last night. Day action. You can read the rest. Said Penn State, Tennessee. I like Oklahoma State as well.
Non-college football guy has 4 picks. Rico has 1. Interesting.
Stay tuned to our Twitter this weekend for.
We'll have all our picks, and I'll be doing some football spaces as well. So the yak is up now.
TJ,
I will be too on
TJ's
Spaces
last show?
with Kelly Saturday morning.
In theory.
Oh, TJ. I mean, gotta give the guy love. Thank you, TJ.